A federal grand jury in Detroit today charged the 13 top leaders of the Weathermen with plotting to bomb public buildings in Chicago, Detroit, New York, and Berkeley, California. The Weathermen are the militant faction of the Students for a Democratic Society. Only one of the 13 is now in custody.
At 7:30 this morning, KPFK received a call from a woman identifying herself as a member of the Weather Underground.
Hello. I'm going to read a declaration of a state of war. This is the first communication from the Weatherman Underground. Kids know the lines are drawn. Revolution is touching all of our lives. Freaks are revolutionaries, and revolutionaries are freaks. If you want to find us, this is where we are. In every tribe, commune, dormitory, farmhouse, barracks, and townhouse, where kids are making love, smoking dope, and loading guns, fugitives from American justice are free to go. Within the next 14 days, we will attack a symbol or institution of American injustice.
Power belongs to the young people and the black people in this country. Come on, we gotta fight it out. We gotta build a strong base, and someday we gotta knock those motherfuckers who control this thing right on their ass.
The FBI said the Weather Underground organization, which took credit for the bombing, is the same radical group which was responsible for the bombing of the U.S. Capitol in 1971 and the Pentagon in 1972. But federal officials don't really know much about the group, which is believed to have between 20 and 30 members.
My name is Bernadine Dorn, and I was part of the Weather Underground from, well, it's hard to say when it started, 1970 to 1980. It was underground for 11 years.
There's no way to be committed to nonviolence in the middle of the most violent society that history's ever created. I'm not committed to nonviolence in any way.
I'm a teacher now in a community college, and my students will occasionally bring up the war in Vietnam and ask me what my involvement was. And I'll say, well, I helped found an organization whose goal was the violent overthrow of the government of the United States. And my students would look at me as if I'm from another planet.
This system is going to be overthrown. It's going to mean a fight. And it's going to mean a lot of white people risking a lot of things when they finally join on the side of the black people and the people of Vietnam and around the world who have already begun the fight.
I'm not going to tell you, oh, I walked in here this day and put a bomb here, or I made this here, or I blew up this car, or I held up this bank. I mean, there were armed robberies. There were all armed robberies, terrorism. You know, there was all kinds of things that went down that are illegal. So I tell you that we did them, but I'm not going to tell you which ones I did or who did what, because you just can't do that.
My name's David Gilbert. I'm now in Comstock Prison doing a life bid. In terms of mistakes we made, I'm willing to take responsibility, pay a price. I really haven't complained too much about my own personal situation. But was I fighting for a just cause? Well, that's the motivation. Was there a need to do something about what was going on? Yes, there was.
Free the Panther 21, jail the real criminals. Power to the people.
John Murtaugh is still with us, and his home was bombed in Manhattan, 3 bombs in February of 1970. John, you and I have never spoken before, so I have no idea what the answer to this question, but all the viewers are going to wonder if you are part of Senator Clinton's campaign in any way. So let me put that question to you.
I am not a member of Senator Clinton's campaign in any way. I'm frankly a registered Republican. I am an office holder. I'm a local city councilman in Yonkers, New York, but have no connection to any political campaign.
Another thing that people wonder is, in 1995, Senator Obama had an organizational meeting for his state Senate race in in Illinois, and he also served on a board, as you noted, with Bill Ayers, and the organizational meeting was at Bill Ayers' house. Do you find that important in this race?
Greta, I don't hold Senator Obama responsible for what happened to my family, to the assault on my family 4 decades ago. But he has a relationship with Bill Ayers and with Bill Ayers' wife and family that goes back 20 years or more. Bernadine Dorn, Bill Ayers' wife, who took credit for the bombings in New York, was a co-worker of Michelle Obama at the Chicago law firm of Sidley and Austin, where Barack Obama and Michelle Obama met. Barack Obama, as you pointed out, served on the board of the Wood Foundation for a number of years with Bill Ayers. Barack Obama was a director of an organization called the Annenberg Challenge in Chicago, which, if you look at Bill Ayers' resume on his website, he takes credit as one of the founders of that organization. In addition, there is an organization, I believe it was called the Education Leadership Council in Chicago. Again, Senator Obama served on that board with Bill Ayers' brother, with Bill Ayers' father. I think what's troubling is that the senator tries to dismiss this as if he's a neighbor down the block who did something 40 years ago. It is a working relationship. It apparently has been a working relationship for close to 2 decades. And indeed, as you pointed out, Greta, Barack Obama launched his very first political campaign at a kickoff party in their living room. I think he has to answer how he can be associated, how he can choose as a mentor a man who engaged in violent acts against this country and its institutions in the 70s and who continues to advocate violence today.
I've been looking into the political situation in Chicago, where Barack Obama rose to prominence. Obviously, his association with Reverend Wright has hurt him. And there's also been bad publicity about William Ayers and Bernadette Dorn, 2 radicals associated with the violent Weather Underground back in the 60s. In 1998, Connie Chung spoke with Ayers and Dorn on ABC News.
A lot of people out there are probably saying, I would love to hear them say we were young, we were idealistic, we were foolish, and we were probably stupid, we made mistakes, and we're sorry about it. We're grown up now.
I'll say we were young, we were idealistic, we were romantic, we were foolish, we made mistakes.
And we'd do it again.
And
I wish that we'd done more. I wish we'd been more militant. I wish a lot of things, but taken as a whole, we were so lucky to be born into that moment in history.